Chihuahuas, as per their breed standard, should be gay.
Are you gay?
Hey, hey, I own slave. Native genocide. Love me some native genocide. Sir, the Haitians have won freedom. Put them under trade blockade. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Unless you're a woman or black or indigenous. In which case, if you're black, you're 3/4 of a human being.
Gender's what's in your pants. Yeah, I.
One of the funniest things about being a trans man is that once people find out you're trans, they never stop commenting on your transition no matter how long you've been out. At times this is annoying, but most of the time it's just ridiculous. I've been on testosterone for 5 years now, and I've had top surgery for 4 years. Although occasionally I still notice some changes, my body has pretty much been the same for the last couple of years. I'm kind of just a normal guy, at least in the way I present myself. But if I go a day or two without shaving, I'll get some comment like, "Oh my god, you're growing facial hair, I'm so proud of you." When my facial hair genes have always been kind of insane, and I have to shave every single day in order to keep my stubble down. In fact, I already kind of had a mustache when I was pre-T because I have black hair, so my peach fuzz was pretty noticeable. I get similar comments about my chest. Even though I haven't had to wear a binder since 2020, I still get people who ask me what binder brand I use or how I get my chest so flat. The answer is surgery, guys. Surgery. I don't necessarily mind these comments because I know people are just curious, but it's a little amusing that everyone seems to forget that medically transitioning is in fact a thing, and I've been at it since 2019. Anyways, God bless testosterone. If you're trans, are you planning on starting HRT? And if you're already on HRT, how long has it been since you started it? Best of luck, and I hope you have a lovely day.
How did you get past security? His fortress is impenetrable.
Door was unlocked.
Son of a bitch!
Here are some cool weapons from African history. The African combat bracelet, also known as the Larim cutting knife. Here's a picture of a Turkana woman of northern eastern Africa wearing one. It is used for skinning, blocking blows from spears, and most importantly, turning grappling style martial arts into a deadly affair. The Kabinga of Central Africa, used by the Azandi tribes and other groups. It's a type of throwing knife with multiple blades designed to spin through the air. It was used in both warfare and hunting. The Nimcha is a traditional Moroccan sword that is undoubtedly better than a scimitar. African Konda sword, also known by its way cooler name, the Ikalakalaka, is a real type of sword used by the Kuba peoples of Central Africa, known for its distinctive leaf-shaped blade. I don't think they actually use this. It's very much for ceremonial purposes. For a fantasy game, this is awesome. The Flyessa is a traditional Amazigh knife from Algeria. Yes, you heard it right, knife. I thought this was a sword too. This is the coolest knife I've ever seen. The Aquafina is a ceremonial sword from Ghana, used by the Ashanti. It is known for its beautifully crafted design and is often associated with Ashanti royalty and spirituality. Shotel is an Ethiopian sword designed with a curved shape to reach around an opponent's shield. These are Algerian flintlock pistols from the 19th century. I thought they were super cool. Also, fun fact, the word for guns in Yoruba is Ibon. That would sound cool in a fantasy game. Wink, wink, hint, hint. And finally, the Congolese teke knife. I have no idea what this was used for, but it looks really cool.
Anybody here at pronouns? Oh, what's your pronouns? Okay. I respect your pronouns. You gotta respect my pronouns. Do you want to know my pronouns are? Yeah. My pronouns are real. That's my pronouns. Hey, we're gonna play make-believe. Let's play make-believe.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
We live in two Americas. One side where people think that that joke was hysterically funny, and one side where that joke physically made you cringe. If you're like me and you just saw that joke, your intestines are probably doing a TikTok dance right now. I'm shocked that almost 40,000 people found that joke hysterical, but I'm not shocked that he didn't tell that joke in a room full of black people. What I find so interesting about these conservative Republican edgelords is that they will never say these jokes to the face of the group that they are trying to disparage. You're trying to make me the butt of your joke, but you're telling that joke to a room full of conservative white people.
Happy Autism Awareness Month, everyone. When I first told my therapist that I was getting evaluated for autism, she said, Phoebe, you can't be autistic. You like playing Dungeons and Dragons with your friends too much. That woman looked me in the eye, and I looked her reluctantly back in the eye because, and she told me that I can't be autistic because I play too much Dungeons and Dragons. I do have to hand it to her, though, because I'm pretty sure she is the first person ever to express that particular sentiment.
Pig farmer here. That was actually pig language for why would you turn against me, brother?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That should not be our standard. I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now, but I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it? Why? And then I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map. What are we doing? Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone and forgotten.
Did you know a significant portion of the first-hand accounts that we have from enslaved people came like decades after the Civil War? These people were pretty much children by the time the war had ended. And because the American education system is trash, I didn't know about this until I visited the Whitney Plantation in Louisiana. Now, most plantation tours focus on the life of the family or antebellum architecture, and they ignore that it was a whole plantation. Hey, excuse me, what are those tiny wooden shacks for? Oh, that's where the well-fed and well-taken care of help stayed. Well, the Whitney Plantation took those first-hand accounts taken through the Federal Writers Program and based the entire tour on the history, legacy, and brutality of slavery with the help of those stories. Outside of the big house, you'll see the slave quarters, and they do not shy away from explaining how terrible these conditions were. There is no whitewashing of history here. And you'll also find installations memorializing the enslaved people. Inside of the church, you'll find statues of children, and each one correlates with each of the individuals that shared their first-hand accounts of what it was like to be enslaved. And one of my favorite things about the Whitney Plantation is that they don't allow weddings, because why would you even ask that? On the Whitney Plantation in particular, there were over 350 people enslaved. So why would you even want to commemorate your love at a place where people were forced to labor and were brutalized and experienced immense violence, including being unalived? If you're looking for ways to learn about and honor Black history in the United States, I cannot recommend the Whitney Plantation enough.
The reason your plus-size clothing isn't selling is because your clothes are ugly as fuck. Y'all take the ugliest fabric known to man and make that shit a goddamn blouse. Nobody wants to wear that ugly ass shower curtain you call a shirt. And I'm being dead the fuck serious. And just because a girl got a little bit of meat on her don't mean she want to wear that shit either. And y'all do this shit on purpose so then y'all can use it as an excuse. Well, our plus size clothes don't really sell. I don't really know what the problem is. Yeah, because it's fucking hideous, bitch. If I'm gonna keep it a stack. Radical idea, But if you made the same clothes that you made for straight sizes and plus sizes, I don't know, maybe that revenue would be a little bit stronger. Maybe somebody will be willing to purchase and put their motherfucking card down, but nobody wants to wear a fucking leopard print blouse at the fresh age of 21. I'm sorry. Don't nobody want to have on zebra print and tropical island prints. And that's why you sustainable clothing bitches can kiss the crack of my black ass. And that's why I'll never in my life talk down on Fashion Nova, because when I was a big body Benz, please don't crash, they held me down. Y'all can say what y'all want about fast fashion. They hold the big girls down, but y'all skinny bitches don't give a fuck because it don't concern you. You can walk into any store and get anything you fucking want, and you don't give a fuck. Let me just go down to my local Goodwill and try to find some vintage Chanel in a 3X. Do y'all hear yourselves? Truly, if you wear a size 2, don't say shit to me about sustainable clothing. No shade. All shade, actually.
Brokey, why aren't y'all having kids? The U.S. birth rate is declining. You answered your own question when you called us Brokey. Kids are expensive and we can't afford to take care of them. Hell, half of us can barely afford to take care of ourselves. Oh my God, I am so sick of this "there's nothing affordable" excuse. We can't control what these corporations are charging you for their goods and services. It's called supply and demand. Don't give me that economic bullshit. Why are they allowed to sell anything in this country if you, the U.S. government, can't control them? Oh yeah, because they're paying you not to give a fuck about what they do or how much they're charging us. So guess what? We don't give a fuck about creating slaves for you or them corporations. It's not slavery. People are needed to keep the economy going, so we need new workers to replace the old ones. But we don't need new workers to replace the fossils in Congress. They should just stay in office because this is basically a luxury fucking retirement home at this point. No, we don't need new people in Congress. We don't need new ideas. Don't worry about what the fuck we got going on there. Worry about having them damn kids. Man, fuck them kids. Fuck these corporations. Fuck you. Fuck your daddy behind the scenes. You want us to start having kids? Make living affordable and make childcare affordable. And hell, maybe some of us will. Okay. You know what? We won't be doing any of that. I have 2 words for you. Project 2025. That's 1 word and 1 number, but I'll play. 1 word. Assassinations. 2 words. Civil War. Wait. 3 words. Eat the rich. Hey. 5 words. Fuck around and find out where you going.
And I want to say to all the young Nietzsches out there, wear your hair long. For all the times that they cut our hair. Speak your language. For all the times that was forbidden. Live your life to your fullest potential. Make your mind strong, your body strong, your spirit strong. Because when you do that, you will show the survivors the reward of what they have been fighting for all these years. Migochka Bizunawi.
This guy is so close to getting it. I mean, he's so close. He's accidentally based. He thinks he's coming after socialism. It simply goes over his head that what he's actually describing is capitalism. Capitalists live off the work of other people. Capitalists live off of someone else's labor. Exactly. No one should have the right to live off of someone else's labor. That is the core tenet of socialism, that those who work are entitled to the fruits of their labor. Socialism is a working class ideology, and this, unfortunately, undoubtedly, is a worker. A worker defending capitalism. Make it make sense. Capitalists live off of the work of other people. That is the whole complaint from socialism. That is the whole point of socialism, is to correct this error that capitalism produces a separate class of owners who don't work, but who get all of the things that they don't produce. And there is another class of workers who produce everything that they don't get. Morally, that does not make any sense. So yes, if these capitalists want to hoard housing, maybe you're right. Maybe they can go build the fucking houses themselves instead of living off the work of actual workers and laborers like architects, engineers, carpenters, plumbers, contractors, construction workers, etc., etc. Literally, socialism is founded on the principle of to each according to their need, from each according to their ability. Which means if you work more, you get more. If you work less, you get less. It's literally a pro-labor ideology, and you missed the point, you lost the plot. Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Honest question, genuine question. Why don't leftists care about masking? Why aren't supposed radical, socially conscious people, why aren't they masking? Like, we're in a full-on pandemic raging, disabling hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions. We care about liberation, but not for the disabled. I genuinely do not understand the dissonance. We claim to care about communal safety, but like not about community when it comes to a virus that's spreading and acts like HIV in a lot of ways. COVID, it's a damaging virus. It's truly a damaging virus. And the denial and the passivity of leftist people in masking, I can't grasp it, man. Our government has lied to us about everything, but they haven't withheld things about COVID. Like COVID's the thing that we can trust them on. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I just don't get it.